I'm here with Ken Haycock, who is going to tell us a bit about influence and relationships. So first question, as someone who has made an extensive investigation in the literature, what have you found that's been particularly surprising?
Well, there are a number of things that I found surprising. I've had a fairly successful career as an advocate and as an influencer. I've never had difficulty getting money for projects or support for areas that I felt that my employer should invest in. But I've never thought about why that was the case. I thought maybe I was lucky, I had an advocate in senior administration, I seemed to fit with their agendas. When we started to look at the research and evidence, we found that there were some clear factors that made a difference to success, and some of my doctoral students have explored these in far greater detail, most recently Cheryl Stenstrom. And I started to become interested in the work of Bob Cialdini, a researcher in Arizona. And I investigated his work. I spent some time with him. I took some training programs with him. And we started to look at whether or not his principles for influence actually made a difference for advocacy generally. And indeed, the surprise was that not so much that our advocacy efforts were off base, but there's something to that as well, but rather we could label them a little differently. So we found that there were 6 principles that make a difference to developing and maintaining and even repairing relationships, moving people to your position, and then encouraging them another time to accept your position and move forward. And they do relate to, people have to think you like them, and that you indeed do like them, that you have some relationship with them. And the bottom line is the relationship is the message, that you've got some authority or expertise that nobody else has that you're willing to share. You have to realize that the people you're working with have their own social and professional group, and they're going to consult with them before they make a decision. And to know that their values and beliefs are incredibly important in the statements they've made previously, as well as indicating that what you're offering is rare and they won't find it anywhere else. And that rarity is not from our perception, but theirs. Information is not rare. The information marketplace is very crowded. So we need to find different places where we're playing, where we offer something that's critical to their agenda, to their values and beliefs. They trust us. They think we're competent. They know we're competent, and that we'll deliver what we say we'll deliver. People who do those things are incredibly successful. In the business literature, they call it compliance, having people comply with your requests, which I think is a bit harsh, but it certainly does relate to having people see the value of your argument, whether that's based on logic, rationale, or social persuasion, inspiration. And there are a number of ways that people use their own personality strengths, but the bottom line is it's the relationship and fitting with their agenda.